Dime KLKMIGENTE, is Darling King, aka Mr. Moves. Welcome back to the Money Moves YouTube channel, the best algorithm trading team in the world. Ya tu sabe. I don't gotta tell you again because you know the vibes. The vibes are strong. You feel me? In this video, we're gonna go over how to use a baseline and why a baseline is important. You guys know that I'm obviously an algorithmic trader. I learned from VP himself. And we're in profits on Bitcoin, by the way, using the Sensei Ichimoku. Right? Can you see it in the camera? Right there, right? We're in profits, 8,300 currently, right? You can see it on the screen. Sensei Ichimoku gave me the buy. I take the buy and I'm stacking trades because that's how you guys like that. That's what makes a good trader nowadays, right? You know, why not just put 50.50s instead of just 110 lot? We're in profits on Bitcoin, live screen, right? Sensei Ichimoku gave me the trade. I don't gotta lie to you. So why a baseline is important? I refer to it in my how to use a moving average video and my market structure video. And if used in conjunction, it's all about confluence, right? It's about trading with the trend. I also go over that in the trading in the trend video. So Renee, do your joint. Basically, a baseline just gives you a base of where to trade. Depending on which baseline you're using, there's different ones, right? And in my moving average video, we go over simple, EMA, weighted, there's the JMA, there's the Hall, there's the Alma, there's the triple, there's the double EMA. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different ones you can use. You know, the Ichimoku Cloud alone has the Kijinsen that's, you know, has its own calculation. Dependent on the one that you use is the one that's gonna determine your trades. Different lengths of the same moving average, right, gives you different entries, right? Different trading styles. So it's all about preference at that point. So we're gonna go to the charts. We're gonna go over it. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that cool YouTube shit that I need you to do. And then let's get to it. All right, guys. So we're on US 30 on the 5-minute time frame. All right. So what is a baseline? A baseline is literally just a certain type of moving average that you're going to use to base the overall trend direction for your trades. It's essentially the 200 moving average rule, right? When price is below the 200 moving average, you're only looking for sells. And when you're above the moving average, you're only looking for buy. Now, a baseline is important because if you haven't seen my moving average video, go check that out. But there's so many different types of moving averages, especially in the Dawn, the Money Moves Dawn. There are about 15 different types of moving averages, right? So if I go down here, baseline type, I'm using the JMA. And if I was to change this to the simple moving average, you can see how that changes. This is just on the 200. I set it to 200. If I change it to the EMA, you can see how the baseline would change, you know, ever so slightly, but it does make a difference to your strategy. The double exponential moving average, the DMA, way tighter the price, and this can change your signals and your entries dramatically. Let's do the triple exponential moving average, way tighter on price. So you saw that slight difference, right? Let's just go back real quick and let's focus on this area here. From the double, you actually would have stayed in this trend if you took this sell signal. If you use the triple, you would have got out and possibly got into a buy position, right? So you can see how these different types of moving averages, just from that, will change your signals dramatically on what type of price movement that you're looking for. And I haven't changed the length. They're all at 200. Weighted gives you overall, right? Let's use the whole moving average, see how it does on price. Does the same thing. Would have got you out right here, which is actually a good exit, but do you want to go in for the buy here? No, you got back into the sell. We're familiar with the Kijinsen from the Ichimoku Cloud. It's usually set to 26. Right now we have it set to 200. And you can see how this can change, right? So even on the Ichimoku Cloud, and it's set to 26, the different type of entries we get. It goes from slow to fast real quick. I'm using the Dawn because it has all these baselines built into it already, but you can see why it's important, right? So if I had the Dawn on the screen and I choose, you know, the SSL, right? The SSL, let's put it to 60 right now, right? I like using it on 60 sometimes. 60 period SSL. The SSL, as I went over the moving average video, all these moving averages have different calculations. The SSL is calculating the high and the low and giving you entries based on that. You know, obviously you can see it moves differently. You can see you get a lot of entry signals with the SSL. If I made it longer, let's make it to 100. you can see that it's slightly changed and it allowed me to stay into trends a little longer, right? So the SSL in general is one moving average that acts as a great entry and exit indicator, right? As long as you have criteria for it. So you get into the sell down, you would have exited right here for maximum profit. And depending on your entry conditions, maybe you would have gotten into this buy or not. For me, I wouldn't have gotten into this buy until I see a complete break of structure from here. If you haven't seen my market structure video, go look at that. But since it broke back down and broke underneath this last level of structure, I could definitely run into the sell, right? And that's just straight up price action using the SSL. Now, if I change this SSL to the ALMA, which is another favorite of mine, smoother price action. So why is the baseline important? Because it definitely, when you use it, it definitely impacts your entry signals, ultimately impacts the way that you trade. Now, within the Don itself, if I leave the ALMA at 100, and let me show you let's use the Hakanashi, smooth Hakanashi moving average. And at this moment in time, it is using the Hakanashi buy and sell signals, show entry in TP. When the moving averages cross the baseline of the ALMA, right? And you see all these entries happening. So right now the Don is giving signals based on the crosses of the moving average towards the baseline. If I change the ALMA to the simple, right? Haven't changed the period, smoother price data. US 30 on the 5 minute. If I'm scalping and I'm like, I want to get into trades, every little trade. Okay, what's a fast type of baseline? Well, the double and triple EMA are really fast. So we can use the triple EMA in conjunction with our Hakanashi moving average and took this sell, took this buy, right? Took this sell, you get into every little move. And obviously, again, in conjunction with the length that you set it at, changes your strategy. If I change this to 50, we're gonna get into a lot more trades. Look at that, right? Because our baseline is faster and is crossing with the Hakanashi moving average at a faster rate, giving us different buy and sell signals. So I always have it at 100 or above. Right now, I just used the 200. And I might actually add an update to give you guys a second baseline so you can use in conjunction. So you have a longer period and then a shorter term period baseline to help you with your entry signals utilizing the money moves Don. So hopefully this explains slightly more, right? Let's see if we can do it a little bit more. Right now, the buy and sell signals are being generated from the Hakanashi crossing the baseline. If I was just to do, right, this is built into the Don, use entry condition, not baseline, and use the Hakanashi because that's what's on the screen right now. Now I'm getting buy and sell signals for every time the Hakanashi turns blue and red. It's not being filtered by my baseline at the moment. So what are my valid signals? My valid signals are based on the simple rule of when price is below my baseline, I only take sells. And when price is above my baseline, I only take buys, right? So this is a valid signal right here. Boom, valid signal. This was a valid signal. Quick scalp moves, nothing crazy. Buy signal not valid till it broke, retest. We could have tried to get in, but obviously that didn't go our direction. This sell, not valid. Strict rules. This buy, valid, strict rules. You could have exited in a little bit of profit, maybe not. And then this sell doesn't become valid until broke down, entered on the next candle, caught all this. Buy not valid, sell valid, enter it again here. And you guys can see how this affects it, right? And I'm not gonna get into, the Hakanashi settings just yet, because you can either, smooth this out and it's gonna smooth out price data a little bit more. That buy signal disappeared, right? Just a quick little tip. But you can see how and why that baseline is important. And we know what a moving average is. We know how to use it as dynamic support and resistance. All we gotta do is take those rules and combine it with other entries and we can have a powerful strategy, right? So, this buy signal, very valid. Call all that. Sell signal, very valid right now. It's Saturday morning, so market's not open, but this is a valid sell signal. Very valid sell signal, and you could have definitely got in here. Let's keep going, give you guys as many examples as I can. Let's use the McKinley. Now you can see how the McKinley gives different price calculation, and we're getting a very, very long-term, right? Long-term downtrend. So now you're only looking at sells. All these buys are invalid. All these buys are invalid. You're only taking scalp sells. Nice scalp signals are happening here, right? All of them here. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. this buy not valid till right here when it broke and retest. That's a beautiful example right here. Broke, retest. I know the Hakinashi candles are covering it, but you can see broke, the McKinley baseline retested. Actually, I just discovered something I like. The McKinley 200 is nice. Really, really nice for just long-term trend. I think I like it better than the JMA right now. I have my Hakinashi moving average giving me buy and sell signals based on its own calculations. And then I'm using my baseline, which is how I'm basing my trades with the overall trend to validate my signals. And that is it, guys. It's really not as hard as you're making it or as difficult as you think. Your baseline is literally just the line that you're basing your trades off. How to trade with the trend. And that is it. The trend is telling us to sell. We only take sell signals. And that's it. See you guys in the camera. Hope you learned a thing or two. If you found this video useful, please like for that YouTube algorithm. Let's blow the fuck up on this shit. Comment down what you want to see me do next. Everything you need to know is down in the description. Discord, my TradingView profile, both my Instagrams, my personal and Money Moves investments, everything. My OnlyFans is still down there, right? You didn't take it off. All right, cool. See you guys in the next video.
Don't need me no friends. Bag on my head and they wanted me dead, but you still see me with the roof of the Benz. My bitch is bad and bougie. Ain't but a back, she don't matter to me. Super big guns like it's Call of Duty. Say this shit means, but he ratatouille.